Right. Hi guys, this is the digital prototype for my game, the Legionnaire. So I've been using Unity, which has been a real process in of itself. Probably spent half the time developing this prototype, just learning the ins and outs of Unity. I've gotten a pretty solid handle on it now. So I'm going to walk you through what I've done, and then I will show you how it plays. So to start off, I used this thing called the 2D game kit. It's one of the tutorials that comes packaged with Unity, and that gave me a lot of prefabs, pretty much all the art that you see here. I'm not an artist, so this is definitely not done by me. The enemies and their behavior, as well as my character and her behavior as well. I did change some of the art. You'll see my character here. I did in a Roman style, like to kind of go with the theme of the Legionnaire. It's not completely done, which you'll see when we play. And I've added in this coins and the coin collecting mechanic, which was not part of the tutorial that I was given here. And I had to do that all in code in C#. And I'll walk you through that later. That's all over here. But first off, let's just give you an overview of the level. So this level is pretty much a carbon copy of my physical prototype, but I added a couple things, moving platforms, and then you'll see this part comes down here, another moving platform, some enemies there, and then here we have a transition into like a cave area. And this kind of goes on for a little bit, and then here we'll have like a mid-boss, and then a final area where you'll get like the rune, which would give you like your special powers. So that's pretty much it. I built all this myself using the tile map that they give you, so it's just basically a sprite that you kind of can paint the level with, and then it kind of goes seamlessly together. Makes it pretty simple. I dropped coins where I wanted them to be, placed all the enemies, and pretty much all of this is infinitely customizable. So if you can go into like say this enemy here, and you can change pretty much everything about him. You can change their individual health. You can change the health of all of the enemies. You can change their view radius. You can change their speed, their attack damage. So there's a lot of options there, and I've been tweaking it pretty much for the last couple days, just trying to get the balance to feel right, and it feels pretty good right now. And I guess let's just let's play it and let's just see how it goes. Hold this. So I've got it hooked up right now to accept controller input, and it's pretty wonky, but it works. So if we just hit the play, this isn't a completed game, by the way. It's just one scene, so this is all testing, unfortunately. So you'll see that's my character there. I've got the idle and the crouch good, and I've just reskinned the character that they gave you. So when she runs or jumps, she goes back to her old model. But hopefully by tomorrow, I should have the other ones done. So yeah, you jump. That's an acid pit right there. And then you have an attack. You can swing the sword. These coin sprites I stole from Super Mario Brothers, so apologies to Nintendo. I'm not planning on selling this or anything. You have a moving platform. You have these guys. Pretty fast. They take a couple of hits, and they all do about 1 damage each. Most of the pits I've blocked off because in testing, if you fall into a bottomless pit, you just fall forever. The game won't end. You won't die. You'll just have to reset. So all the pits I've kind of, just for this purpose, just blocked off. And then I've also made these red coins are actually worth, if you look up here, they're worth 5 every time you get. So there's the yellow coins that are worth 1 coin each, and then the red coins are worth 5, I guess you could say, points. So you have to wait for this moving platform to come back up. This is the part of games no one tells you about. So you'll see I just took some damage there. Originally it was set that when you got hit, you would actually get shoved back, maybe like 2 or 3 feet in game. I didn't like that so much, so I did change that in the code. Oh yeah, so this part here, there's a door here you can't get past. So I placed the coins up here to kind of lead the player to want to go up. And then you'll find this pressure pad, and you link it up in Unity so that when you step on this, the door will open, which I thought was pretty cool. These are just some decorations I put. They're obviously not working well. They're clipping in and out of each other, so I definitely have to change that. Some backgrounds I found online. These spikes will hurt you if you hit them, so you have to be a little careful over here. And I don't think that I filled in the bottomless pits here, so we want to be a little careful. Because if you do die into either a lava pit or a bottomless pit, you do have to start all the way from the beginning, which is something I obviously want to change. So features that I haven't done yet, I haven't added the upgrade system. You can collect the coins, and you have the coins, and they stay with you even if you die, but you don't really have anything to spend them on yet. So that's going to be next. So this is my mid-boss. He's just one of the other bosses, and he's just scaled up. He's got a lot more HP than the other guys. But he does go down pretty easy, or at least he does now after I've been playing this game for 3 weeks straight. And then you get to the end here. So this would be the artifact or rune that you would be the goal of every level. And then you would use these for your Aether abilities, which is another thing I still have to do. I'm not sure if I'll even get to that at this point. We are running close to the end of class. But when you come over here, I do have it set up so it does light up. And this is just an image I found. This is a prefab that came with the kit, and that's an image I found. Just something quick, just show you what an end goal would look like. And that is it for the game. So I noticed a couple people were having some trouble with Unity, and I don't blame you. It's pretty tough. I'll show you what we had to do here. So everything is pretty much governed by a script. And so what I've had to do is I had to go into the scripts that they've written in the tutorial and basically change them and add my own variables to do different things that I want to do. Like, for instance, health pickups and the coin pickups I've had to change in here. And I'll highlight those and post them. It's not a lot. Most of everything that I've done has been through this mode, which is the inspector. So everything in this editor, you can use these things called prefabs, which are basically just like just pieces of game code that you can just kind of place and mix and match, which makes things pretty simple. So this is the coin prefab that I created with the Super Mario Brothers icon there. And then you could just kind of drag it and place it wherever you want. And then it'll have all of its different things. You can change its exact position. This just has to do with physics colliding. It lets you know that when the player character touches it, it will disappear and it will increase your coin count by 1, which is pretty important. Other than that, the character itself, she's called Ellen in this. You can change a lot of things about her, how much health she has, how fast she can run, which are all here. Normally you wouldn't be able to have this, but in C#, the developers at Unity created an editor, which makes this a lot easier. But it actually makes it harder to change things, because anything that you want to do, you also have to change it in the code itself and in the editor, which can make things really confusing. That took us about a day or two to figure out what was going on there. So I guess that's it. That's pretty much everything I've got going on here. There's still a lot more to do. I'm not done, but I'm happy with the level I designed. It feels complete. It feels challenging. Anyway, I'd love to know what you guys think. And that's pretty much it.